In a quiet mountain village nestled deep between towering peaks, winter always arrived with a whisper, then a roar. The days grew short, the nights stretched long and cold, and the world seemed to hold its breath under a blanket of pristine white snow. In this hushed world lived a young girl named Lyra. She often felt as lonely as the solitary moon in the vast dark sky, watching the snowflakes dance outside her window. One morning, just as the first light kissed the frosty panes, a tiny visitor appeared. It was a snowbird, its feathers as white as the fresh fallen snow, its eyes like tiny glistening beads of obsidian. It perched on Lyra's windowsill and tilted its head, and then it began to sing. It wasn't just any song. It was a melody so pure and sweet that it seemed to push back the biting cold. The notes were like tiny sparks of warmth, a secret tune that promised comfort and joy. Lyra felt a smile bloom on her face for the first time in what felt like forever. The little bird's song was a gift, a private concert just for her, and it made her small room feel a little less empty, a little more like home. Drawn by an invisible thread of curiosity and hope, Lyra followed the tiny snowbird as it flitted from her window and soared towards the village square. The air was thick with a wintry silence, the kind that usually kept everyone bundled up tight in their homes. But today was different. As the snowbird landed on the old stone fountain in the center of the square, it began to sing its enchanting melody once more. And this time the whole village could hear it. A gentle magic began to unfold. The intricate frost patterns on the shop windows slowly melted away, not from heat, but as if they were respectfully bowing to the beautiful sound. The street lamps, usually dim and flickering, began to glow with a brighter, steadier light, casting a warm, golden hue across the snow-covered cobblestones. Drawn by the music and the light, people started emerging from their houses. First one, then another, until the square was filled with villagers, their faces turned towards the little bird, their expressions softening from weary resignation to quiet wonder. Smiles spread from person to person, a shared moment of unexpected happiness. The bird's song carried a special kind of warmth, not the kind that melts the snow and ice, but the kind that melts loneliness and sadness, knitting the community together in a tapestry of shared joy. For many days, the snowbird's song was the heart of the village. It became a daily ritual, a source of light in the darkest days of winter. But one morning, the beautiful music was gone. A heavy silence fell over the village square. Lyra found the little bird huddled by the fountain, its once pristine feathers drooping and its bright eyes clouded over. It was silent, its body trembling slightly from the cold it had so bravely sung against. The source of so much warmth was now succumbing to the chill. Lyra's heart ached. She gently cupped the tiny creature in her hands, its small form feeling so fragile. "You've given all of us so much warmth," she whispered, her own breath misting in the cold air. "You filled our hearts with song when they were empty. Now, let me give you some of my warmth in return." Carefully, she took off the small, colourful scarf she had knitted for herself, the one that had kept her own neck warm on her walks. With gentle, loving fingers, she wrapped the soft wool around the tiny snowbird, creating a small, cozy nest to protect it from the relentless cold. It wasn't a grand gesture, but it was filled with all the gratitude and care in her heart. But tucked into its warm woolen scarf, the little snowbird stirred. A faint chirp escaped its beak, then another, a little stronger this time. Then, as if renewed by Lyra's simple act of kindness, its song returned, more vibrant and powerful than ever before. The melody soared through the village, richer and more joyful, echoing off the mountainsides. The villagers, who had gathered with worried faces, broke into cheers and applause. Their beloved song was back, and it was all thanks to Lyra. In that moment, standing in the heart of her village, with the singing bird in her hands, Lyra understood something profound. True warmth didn't just come from the sun or a crackling fire, but the most powerful warmth, the kind that could truly chase away the deepest winter chill, came from caring for one another. It came from sharing what you have, no matter how small, and from the simple, selfless love that connects one heart to another. The snowbird had brought a song, but Lyra had shown the whole village its true meaning. Thank you so much for watching this story with us. If it warmed your heart, please give this video a like and subscribe for more tales that spark a little magic. We'll see you in the next one.